Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah, Paul, just me and you, my friend. Oh, wait. There's probably a ton of people that are just waiting for the ads to finish. I assume. No, they're not. They finally had enough. Everybody has finally had enough of this nonsense, and I can finally stop. Oh, no, not software update. I don't want a software update in the middle of my live show on YouTube. Samsung, please do not. Please do not do a software update. Oh, how are you, my friend Paul? How's your week? We'll just hang out, you and me. Long, you and me both, my friend. You and me both. Long, complicated week. But sometimes we have those, and we just gotta keep moving forward. Be right back. Wife's gonna drive. I'll be here on cell. I'm gonna be watched on the highway in Texas. Are you gonna be able to type answers to questions? Because I know that there are gonna be some questions involved in the box. I finally have the box. It's not Amazon. It's Waldrop. My friend Paul Waldrop sent me another box of goodies. If you can answer questions on your cell phone, that'd be great. Because I'm gonna be like, what is this? Joel's back. Good to see you, my friend. Eric's here too. Right on. We're gonna open a box of goodies from Paul Waldrop. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna keep going about our way in the world. And you're up. Benel will be here in a minute. He is watching an ad. I appreciate him watching that ad. He's not. He's lying. Sorry, I missed the guitar pickup inlay routing stream thing. It was the bonus. What was it? How does the song go? Tuesday actually making stuff show. That's how it goes. I think once in a while I am going to do a Tuesday actually making stuff show. Because Saturday nights are just not good for me to be productive after I have been productive all day at work. So once in a while there's going to be a Tuesday actually make, and I don't know that I'm ever going to be able to say it without singing it. But once in a while we'll pop on Tuesday live and actually do some stuff. This is what happened on the Tuesday actually making stuff show. We've got pickup cavity. That's it. That's all that happened. But another step towards completion. Chris Pinnell reported. How do you know I'm not watching an ad? Because you're asking that, and therefore you knew that I said that. I want to congratulate Chris Pinnell. Everybody, let's congratulate Chris Pinnell for discovering Stone Temple Pilots this week. That's congratulations. I'm a little surprised, but better late than never, I guess. He's dead, but I'm glad that you will now get to experience what they were. Eric's here. Hi, my friend. Tim's here too. A couple minutes late. It's all good. It's okay. Joel's on his depressive stain. It's been a while, Ark. Been a while since I hold my head up high. It's been a while. It's something else that rhymes with high. Something there. That's how it goes. Pretty sure the official lyrics are something like that. James Wright posted a video today of the melody made for me. Cool. It is a slick mallet. I didn't see the video of him making it, but I did see it on the Instagram. Also, speaking of sexy tools, that 55 is an attractive thing. Your 55 is more attractive than my 45. Is it all original too? Like all the little rosewood bits and everything? I nailed it. Yes. Do I want to buy it? Kinda. I mean, if the answer to the question is yes, I do want to, but I'm probably not going to. Do I do daylight savings time up here? Yeah, unfortunately we do. I have ranted before, and I will again, I'm sure. Until they stop doing it, I will absolutely not stop ranting about the fact that that is a bunch of nonsense. And we need to stop doing it. It's all original, missing four or five cutters and a third skate. The curvy thing that goes between the skates. I should send you a pic of the bits and bobs that came with my 45. Because I think it's almost all there. I need a knob. Pretty sure that this right here needs a knob. It's a little dusty. But it has like an almost full set of cutters. I think an actual full set of cutters. And it is in good shape. And it was priced correctly for my budget when I purchased it. And it's got its original box, and well, I don't have to do the box opening. Paul's gonna watch on the road. I wanted to do the box opening before Paul had to get on the road, but now he's here, so I don't have to rush it. Let's get the 45 box. It's got some extra bits and bobs. I'm not enough of an expert. Now, this looks like maybe a rabbiting attachment. Some extra steel. I will, because you're gonna be more knowledgeable than I am about this. I'll lay all of this out and take a pic and send it to you, and you can let me know like what I'm missing. It's got this little slidey top box that came in it full of cutters, and also this set It looks like it's probably missing one, maybe, somewhere in there, because these are a little bit, but I don't know how tight they were originally packed. That might be a full thing. It goes back on. And then some more bits and bobs down in there. I don't know. Just put this back in. And then they like original box from whenever it was, minus the lid. The little slidey lid. I don't have that. But it's it looks pretty full in terms of like the numbers of things and bits and whatever. From what I understand about combination planes. I would like to get it dated. I don't know when it was made or anything. It is dusty, it's true. A nearly complete set. I think so. I think so. With some maybe little extra ones. I don't know. I am not the right person to talk to about combination planes for sure. I have used it exactly one time to cut a 1/4 inch groove. Yes, with the grain. On one thing once. On the back side of the plane, hold on, the back side of the plane on the skate that's attached. Okay. Yeah. The Stanley logo is a script or text letters. Stanley rule. Absolute. There's no script. It's like, are you talking about like right down in here? It's absolutely not script. Oh, there's patent numbers. Does that help? Are we trying to date this right now? Let's see if I can. Do patent numbers help? Good. A little bit of grime on there. Let me get something to wipe some of this off. This is fun. Shop's gonna stink. Rule and level, Stanley Rule and Level Co. Patent MCW 1184. Jan 2296. Does that give you any information? Probably not. That's probably the patent on the 45. It's probably not. That's the information that's given right there. No big Stanley S. Big S right there. If you know what you're talking about, like I'll do some close-up pics of things to like help you out if you want to help me get a date on this thing. Oh, on the other side, in there's an S and a Stanley. No script though. Anyway, it's going back up there for now. Didn't come here to learn, but I am. Those S's are just the casting mark for the series. Okay, well, if I have the series, then I'll be able to determine the year, right? Yes, I got an S here. I got a 45 here. I got Stanley on one side, and then on the other side, I've got number 45 here. Got some leafy bits coming through, and then down here on the skate, I've got patent number and whatnots. If this is giving you any information, that's cool. It's not giving me any information. And then on this part here, I've got a 45 and a sideways S up in there that you're probably not going to be able to see. The part that attaches to the rosewood bits. That's all the information I can give you here live on the show. Wonder how many prisoners snuck irons out of the shop in the late 18th century. At least 4. I think it's an old one. The most recent patent I said 96. It'll be 1896 at the oldest. Rad. The most recent patent. What does it say? We're like, okay, I've got patent March 11, 84. Oh, and then hash marks. So that's patent. The most recent patent is Jan 22, 96. So if that means it is 1896 at the oldest. Oh, because otherwise it would have another patent underneath. Like the patent gets renewed, I guess. That makes sense. So the first patent was in 1884. And the most recent one, when this one was made, would have lasted until 1896. That makes sense. And then if it was later than that, it would have another hash mark with another patent date. Ah. So 1896 at the oldest. That's cool. My 8 and my 6 are both type 6s, which are around that age too. I think type 6 went from 1888 to 1894. I don't remember right now, but it was around that time. It was late 1880s, early 1890s. So that's cool. If my 45 matches my, in terms of time frame, my 8 and my 6, type 6. Vineyard Farmhouse is back. Paul is gone. We'll wait for him to say that he's back before we can open the box so that he can answer the questions that I am bound to have about what's in the box. Make her my bevy time. Joel's having bevy with me. What are you having, Joel? Are you one of those like cheap bourbon guys? Like, I know there are a few like cheap bourbon guys that show up. I don't remember who is who all the time about their beverages. Oh. Still haven't done anything about the nonsense down here or up here. It is what it is. Malt liquor. That guy. There's a couple of sites where you can possibly date the 45. They're not as good as the blood. Yeah, I knew that. What's his name? Blood and Gore is. I know the guy's name that does that. It's not coming to mind right now. But yeah, that's a great place for like your normal bench planes. This is like flow charts and stuff. Like, does it have this? It's like a choose your own adventure. It's like, does it have this on it? Go to page 32. And you go to... Tim's cheap bourbon, right? Orange Gatorade for Eric. That a guy. There are 7 of you here, and only 3 thumbs up. That's bad friending. Just gotta say. It's already time for bevy number 2. So who knows how this show's gonna go. Here. Patrick's blood and guy. And his actual name is still not doing it. Don't remember. I'm one of them. You're one of us, my friend. There's no us and them. It's just us. In all things. Got your bevy. All right. We'll wait for Paul. We'll open the Waldrop box. Maybe we'll get a guitar. Maybe we'll play some Stone Temple Pilots in honor of Chris Pennell discovering Stone Temple Pilots this week. Probably not. I don't know if I remember any. I don't have my computer out here anymore. So. Oh. Yeah. Slept really well a couple of times this week, which was nice. Doesn't always happen. But twice this week, I slept really well. Meant one of the thumbs up. Oh, I thought you were saying like one of them as in like a non-drinking person. Because I was asking about what Bevvies people are having, and you said it was Gatorade. And then I'm one of them. But that's in my head, it made sense. I'll be back. Baby mama calling. All right. We'll be here, my friend. Come back anytime you like. I might do early nicotine addiction. Didn't get enough of that at work today. Today, work was crazy today. And I did not consume enough either nicotine or caffeine today at work. All right, Paul's back. Let's do the Paul Waldrop OXO things, I can already, you can probably already tell, as it is typical with Paul, it is going to involve some pen blanks. I'm going to use the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff marking knife to open this bad boy. It may have taken more than its allotted, not allotted. They said it was going to take 5 days and it took about 20. But I didn't have to pay $40 for it to be delivered once it crossed the border. I didn't get dinged with any brokerage fees like UPS does. Once it was paid for, it was paid for. I didn't have to pay $40 to actually take it from the guy. Don't deal with UPS. USPS handed off to Canada Post. It took a little longer, but I didn't get hit with bonus. This is the Majestic. The Majestic rollerball pen in rhodium and black titanium with a Swarovski crystal embedded in the clip. This is going to be the fanciest pen I've ever made. I am looking forward to that. I've never made a pen with a cap. The Majestic. Isn't that a movie? The Majestic? It's about a hotel. Or is it the one with the magicians? Nope, that's The Prestige. I think The Majestic is a movie about a hotel. Oh. What's this? Piece of paper with instructions on making the Majestic. I'm going to keep that with that. What's this? Oh, this is another Majestic. Squire Gold and Gunmetal. Squire Gold and Gunmetal Majestic. Get two Majestics. The Continental. So is the Majestic not the name of a movie? And I was just wrong. I've been wrong like 4 times now. So, I mean, we could make it 5. This says Jack. So I'm guessing, based on the charring on the inside, that this is from a Jack Daniels whiskey barrel. So this will be white oak. And I can tell by the end grain that this is white oak. And it says Jack on it, so Jack Daniels whiskey barrel, probably. Jack Daniels. Okay. All right. I get 2 pens out of that. Smell it. Good call. My sense of smell isn't awesome. Ooh, yeah, maybe a little bit. There's a little bit of. And we got some stabilized things. Bright fire engine red stabilized thing. Looks to me like it's hard to tell. Probably, maybe some Rayfleck, maybe some Bird's Eye. I don't know. Paul, do you remember what the fire engine red one is? Maple, probably. Maybe that's why it looks maybe like some Bird's Eye. Maple, there it is. Okay, awesome. And same with this guy, I think, with the green. Looks fairly similar in grain structure. Purple, probably the same. No, yeah, that's definitely maple there. With the little mini reflex on the quarter sawn presentation. Purple maple. That's fun to say. The green one, same kind of stuff. Sort of a pale green. You need to stop telling me that the software is ready to be updated. Okay? I am in the middle of something. I don't need that information right now, Samsung. Okay? And don't you dare actually do it. Okay? Stop telling me. You can do it while I'm asleep tonight. Okay? No, you got it. Ooh, an even lighter pale green, almost yellow. Like compared to that one. We've got, this looks like it used to be at top of a table because it's got also an oak, probably a white oak. Maybe the top of the barrel? Some charring and a curve. Maybe the top of a barrel? It's not labeled. It doesn't say Jack on it. So, but possibly the top of a whiskey barrel. Paul? Buffalo Trace top. What's Buffalo Trace? Is it a whiskey? Is it a bourbon? It's getting char all over my hands is what it's doing, but oh, damn. Damn. I don't want to show you guys that yet. Because Hubbub Ali. I have not heard of this. It looks somewhat mahogany-esque, except for the end grain. What is this? What is Hubbub Ali? It's a good size blank. What do we got, like 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 square, probably by 4 1/2. The end grain almost looks like Nara. It's harder than Nara. What is this? Somebody look this up. Pinnell, I need you to go to wooddatabase.com, wood-database.com, and look up Hubbub Ali, or look up this. Hubbub Ali. It is cool looking. Just I'm completely like, not even unfamiliar with, but have never even heard of, unless it's possibly also known as something else. It's rad, whatever it is. We've got some laminated, looks like skateboard, but I don't think it is. All of these plies are different colors, if you can't tell. Red, blue, green, red, blue, and green stacked blank of something. reminds me of skateboard. Spectraply. It comes like that? I've heard the term Spectraply before, but I've never actually seen it, obviously. It goes blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red all the way down. Because that's cool. That's going to be a bottle stopper. That's going to be a wicked rad bottle stopper. That's what that's going to be. Oh, we got another one of these. I don't have any of these left. I sold them all. The purple dyed stabilized yellow cedar burl. I recognize this guy. These have made my 2 favorite keychains ever. Out of the there's another one. 2 more chunks of that. Kits, bag o kits, and bushings. What's in here? Bag o kits. Bag o unlabeled kits. Oh, that looks super attractive. Let me open this. Gonna get some more information from Paul, but damn. You see, get the nib. Give me it. I'm gonna take that right out of there. This looks complicated. It's got springs. It's got spring in with the transmission. This looks complicated. I don't think I'm qualified to do this. Qualified is not a thing. Harkening back, whatever this is going to be attractive. There's another one in a different finish. This one looks like it came from the Greco-Roman Empire. This one's got like a antique bronze looking finish. I'm not going to take them all out. Do you know what this is, Paul? Because it's damn sexy, but I'm going to need to look up some instructions. Because there are a lot of bits and bobs in there. We got a little ring. We got a bigger ring. We've got a couple of tips, a clip, and these look complicated, and the bushings in here. These are all the same. Once we figure out what, no, it isn't. That's not the same. Maybe they are. So these are all the same type of kit with the bushings. We just need to figure out what kind of kit that is so that I can find some instructions on the internet. I'm going to start making fancy pens, apparently. No more slim lines for this guy. No, that's not true. I will always do slim lines. Well, these are the biggest ass bushings I've ever seen in my life. What are these for? That's for the Majestic? The pen's going to be like this big. Holy shit balls. Damn. That's one of the bushings for the Majestic. Thing is like 3/4 of an inch thick. Damn, that is going to be a serious pen. These are more bushings. These are the bushings for the Majestic Squire. Is that different? This is the Majestic. This is the Majestic Squire. Okay, I will figure this out. I'll figure these out. That's got to be for the Majestic, based on those bushings. Oh, this is the one you were asking, like, do you have a 37 41st size? 37 64ths. Is that what this is? Well, let's look, idiot. 15 32nd. This is a 1532. Oh, here we go. There's the 3764. 3764 and a 15. What did I say? 1532nd. That's probably for the Majestic as well. He's very invested in me making a Majestic. This bad boy's brand new. You go purchase this to put it in the box? Or was this like leftover in your... Paul, I'm sorry to tell everyone else. Paul is the best fan of the show. What's this? This one looks like Paul started and decided not to do something with. This is the mammoth tusk, isn't it? Oh, there we go. This is the mammoth tusk. Mammoth tooth. The fact that Paul started to do something with it and then changed his mind tells me that this is not going to be fun. There's some burning happening inside there. Okay. All right. It's entirely possible that we may have also broken some kind of international law by having him send this to me. Don't tell anybody. Is this a thing that you can just... Mammoth tooth? Seems like maybe a thing that you can't just like... Anyway. I can't say I'm looking forward to that, but in some ways I am. We got another piece of super soft something. Doesn't look like cedar. Redwood? It's light and $6 apparently. Red Heart. Another new one. Another new one for me. It's got crack, but it's never stopped me before. Ooh, that's cool. Bird's eye dyed, probably maple with bird's eyes like that, in a sort of denim dye color. That's heavy. Possibly a cocobolo. With some sapwood. I'm gonna guess cocobolo. Yeah, all right. Okay, that's rad. Got another one of the sort of lemon, not lemon, this one. This is a yellow dyed maple, like those other ones from back at the start. So, this? Figure something. Possibly stabilized something. But almost. It's almost walnutty, but nobody would stabilize walnut. Oh, what's this guy? Paul, any ideas? Rosewood, maybe? Some kind of rosewood? Pau Ferro. Okay, so I got me a piece of Pau Ferro. I think you may have sent me one of those before that I've still not gotten around to. And again, as with all of the boxes that Paul sends, random stabilized bits of things for me to make fantastically beautiful, well-selling, I gotta admit, keychains. These things are easily my best-selling keychains when I do a market. These little chunks that Paul sends me all the time of just stabilized like offcuts of stuff, they're gone. Like they hang on the thing and then people just buy the shit out of them. That's gonna be a cool one. I like this. It's like purple, but it's like used to be punky. Stabilized now purple. The black spalted stabilized stuff that he sends sometimes is always rad. Oh, and then the thing that I took out that I was like, I don't want to show you guys that yet, because that's this. I gotta put all this other amazingness back in the box. Paul, I assume, already knows the thing that I'm talking about. It reminds me of the block of spalted hackberry that you sent, but only in its dimensions and attractiveness. It's a burl of some kind. It's a stabilized burl in like an aquamarine teal. It's just like an 1 3/4 maybe by 1 3/4 block of stabilized burl in a teal. This is another one of those ones that's just going to sit around and I'm going to fight over myself, like fight with myself about what to use it on. This is going to be like the marking knife block where I'm just like, I don't want to use it for anything ever, but I want to use it for everything always at the same time. That's a sexy piece of something to do something with. The 2024 marking knives, I don't know that that's a thing that's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a 2024 edition of the marking knives. But I'll figure out a way to make good use of that. I could quarter it. I could quarter it and get 8 keychains. I don't know. This is going to be another one of those ones that sits around Oh, I think I just did it in my head. I think this one, is that a waste though? This would make a sexy ass pizza cutter handle. I've got the badass pizza cutter, like the one that shocked me with how high quality it was when I took it out, that I still haven't made into anything. If this became the handle of that thing, it would be the nicest pizza cutter on the planet. But it feels like it might be a little wasteful to turn most of this away. I'll think on that. That one will just sit in the background for a while, and then I'll decide. But thank you once again, my friend Paul Waldrop, who is the best of the fans of the show. I think we can all agree. I think we can all agree that Paul wins. Like, no, I'm not. No, that box is a write-off for him because he can use it as marketing for his business. He gives it to his accountant and he goes like, hey, look, I got this guy to talk about my business for like 17 minutes on his live show. No, that's cool, man. I really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody like sends me stuff. I appreciate people who don't send me stuff too. I'm just being hilarious. Okay. But if everybody could send me a box of cool stuff like that once in a while, that'd be. I'm never gonna get through it. The rate that Paul sends it, I'm never gonna get through it. Like, it almost feels wasteful for him to be sending me stuff at this point because I still have boxes of stuff that he sent that I haven't gotten to yet. If I would just get off my ass more often once in a while, if I would just like stop being lazy and just make stuff all the time, every day. I could get through it. But life's full of ifs, ands, and buts. Anyway, super rad. Thanks, man. As always. I'm going to have myself a smokerette. That's all I had planned for tonight. I didn't even have the 45 thing planned, but that was fun. I unboxed the Waldrop 5-day shipping box of goodies. Now we'll just hang out, I guess. I got like char all over my fingers from the damn whiskey barrel stuff, I guess, probably. Whoa. All right. Later, Paul. We might still be here, depending. I don't know how long the show's going to go tonight. Spectraply, hey? What's that used for? Like, why do they produce that? Why does this get made? Is it for like structural timbers? In which case, why do they bother dyeing it? I can look this stuff up myself, I guess, but not right now. It's going to be a wicked rad bottle stopper. I use it for your game calls a lot. That's probably not why they make it, though. It would be good for game calls and bottle stoppers and pens, and like it's just a wicked product. I'm just wondering like why it's manufactured. It feels like using a ton of plies like that has to be structural. Maybe this is a question for Shannon over at the Lumber Industry Update. Wait, Tim did a quick Google, and it's apparently intended for pen blanks and other turning. Somebody manufactures that product for turning purposes? Seems like a lot of work. For pen blank stuff. But sure. I mean, yeah. Obviously, it's going to make really rad turning. I guess I just pictured it more in like big sheets or beams. No, you wouldn't make a beam like that. You don't make beams out of plies that are like a 32nd of an inch thick. Again, that stuff ain't cheap. Oh, I didn't see that. I didn't see. So you're saying again, as in you said that already? I didn't see it the first time. So it's really expensive. Guess that's why he only sent me this much, because he's cheap. Yeah, cool. I am going to, whatever this makes is going to be very attractive. I bet it turns like a dream too. Because it's like it's mostly glue, probably. Well, maybe not mostly, but it's probably half glue. Why'd everybody leave? Or is YouTube being weird with its stats and stuff? Because it's telling me there's only 4 of you here. Maybe I've run my course. Like I joke, but maybe this is like, maybe this should be telling me something. Maybe everyone is pooping. But you don't have to turn it off. Like I can't. This isn't a two-way thing. Like you're not. Oh, that was meant for the mammoth tooth. That size you have there would be a duck, goose, coyote, elk call for your usage. Is that that for the mammoth tooth? Yeah, I'm not sure what the mammoth tooth is going to end up being. Probably dust. Like I'm probably going to hate it and it's going to explode and turn into dust. It's telling you have friends to hang out with on Saturday night, and 4 is better than none. This is exactly true. That's a good way to see it. I'll hang out with whoever's here, and I will appreciate every minute of it. I will absolutely appreciate every minute I get to spend with you guys. And try not to get sappy about it. Let's talk about other stuff. What else should we talk about? Talk about how the stupid thing keeps telling me that the software update is ready to install. I have no interest in installing the software update right now. God. The Spectraplied blank would be a call size for me. Okay, yeah, the show moves quick, and the delay and the time it takes to type, sometimes I don't know what we're talking about anymore. Did you ever finish the bottle of bourbon you weren't too sure about? No. I did drink a fair bit of it. I didn't finish it. It's better with Coke. But I mean, you might as it's not good. It would be like mixing anything else with Coke and just like getting it down. Not a quality product. But extra booze, it was extra boozy for when you just want to get hammered, I guess, is why you would drink that. Nothing wrong with drinking whatever or not drinking whatever. It's fine. Chris Haywood just showed up for a few minutes. Uh-oh. Look out. Speaking of trying whiskeys, me and my friend Chris Haywood went, was it a year? Maybe a little more than a year? Where every time we would go to the liquor store, we would buy a new bottle of whiskey that we hadn't tried before. And we would base our choice on the coolness of the bottle. And then we would go home and we would drink it. And then, I mean, some of them were okay, some of them weren't. Some of them were better than okay. But we went with like the next coolest bottle. And then we had a shelf, actually a series of shelves in the corner of our townhouse where we put the empty bottles as like a display. That was good times. And speaking of just drinking to get drunk, that was what that was about. I mean, we also did want to try all of them to like see whether they were any good, but we were mainly just trying to get drunk. The display looked rad though. It was in a corner. We made like corner shelves, and then we organized them in by size and coolness. It's good. I wonder. I bet there's a photo. There was everything was on the internet, but there was digital photography. I bet, Chris, you probably still have shots from the old townhouse. And one of them's got to have that whiskey bottle display. It was impressive. Because not only, sometimes we just buy the smaller size to just have that bottle up on the shelf. And then so we could, for aesthetics purposes and balance. Blanton's is an awesome bottle. Yeah, we gotta keep in mind though, we can't get everything you guys can get. A lot of stuff we doesn't even get imported, so we don't see it. Beer. Oh, should we try? Let's try the new experiment since we're talking about trying new beverages. When I was buying my case of beer, I bought a single of. It had a giant owl face on it, so sure. Speaking of buying things because it's cool looking, the owl guy in the singles cooler, I was like, sure. Deep Cove Night Watch ESB. Don't know what an ESB is. I know a fair bit about. I was a bartender for quite some time. I don't know what an ESB is. Fly by night. Away from here. It's nicely done. Night Watch ESB. ESB. English. Probably English. Stout. English. Extra special bitter. Oh, I'm not going to like this. And a car door shelf. It's true. We did also have a car door hanging on the living room wall that we made into a shelf. College, right? Extra special bitter. Probably not going to like this, but he looks he looks cool. I don't know. I don't want to not like it. All right, let's try the Deep Cove Night Watch ESB. Not really a big fan of bitter. That's better than I expected when it had the word bitter in it. It's still very hoppy. It's hoppier than I want it to be. Well, I mean, it's hoppier than I like in a beer. I can see why it's called an extra special bitter. This is a perfect beer for my friend Mark Bergen. It is very. It's not for me. It's okay. In terms of hoppy beers, it's pretty good. But I'm just not a hoppy beer dude. There's an undertone of sort of a little bit of a caramel undertone, maybe. There's a sweetness on the back end, which is not unpleasant, and it takes a little bit of the edge off the hoppiness of it. But up front, it's very kicky with the bitter hoppiness. But the more you get used to it after a couple of sips, and it hits a little less hard after the first few, and becomes not unpleasant. Not that it was unpleasant to start with. It becomes less unpleasant. Oh, Stanifer's here. McGill's here. It's not for me. But it's cute. It's an attractive beverage on the art. And I'll finish it because I paid for it, but I won't get it again. No. I probably wouldn't have gotten it the first time if I knew what ESB meant. See, Mike, you have, yeah. Yep, I know. It's not hot garbage in the sun. No, it's not hot garbage in the sun. It's not, that's right. It was, like garbage that had been left in the sun for too long and then processed into beer. Was that, I think it was Trash Panda. Wasn't Trash Panda the one that I said, like, yep, that fits? Yeah, that wasn't good. But this is better than that. Here's your advertisement. Deep Cove Brewing. Deep Cove Night Watch ESB. Better than hot garbage that's been left in the sun. You guys can clip that out and use it for whatever you want. No, you can't. You need to pay me for that, but I'll sell that clip to you. But here, we'll do it again. Ready? Okay. If you're with Deep Cove Brewing in where? North Vancouver, British Columbia. If you happen to be with Deep Cove Brewing in North Vancouver, here's your ad. Ready? Huh. That owl is awesome. And he makes a beer that tastes better than hot garbage in the sun. Well done, owl. Yeah? They'll pay you in beer. I would drink it. I don't think I'll pay for it again though. It's good enough for what it is that I would try other beer from Deep Cove. Maybe we'll do another try. Okay, hold on. Deep Cove Night Watch ESB. Let's give it a try. Wouldn't buy it again, but better than I expected. No, I'm not good at advertising. It's growing on me a little bit, but still not my kind of beer. Night Watch ESB, it's adequate. It's overly hoppy for me. On my suggestion, buy a 4-pack of McEwen's Scotch Ale. I think we talked about the Scotch Ale. I don't know if I can get it here. Again, it's not a thing. There's like, we don't bring in all of the beer. I would like to get my hand on some salty Scotch though from Parallel 49. Should have looked for it because I think we're past its seasonality. Your mistake was thinking that they will want you to advertise for them. Nope, that was not my mistake because I did not think that. I have no misconceptions about anybody wanting me to advertise for them. That's why it's funny. That's the joke. Like when I say things in my videos, like, hey, if anybody at Veritas wants to, like, I know that that's not a thing. Okay? It's all I wanted to say it's all in good fun, but it's not. It's not. This is supposed to be part of my income. And if Veritas wants to send me some money to do their tool things for them, I will absolutely take it. Want an empty bottle of dry fly? If I was still back in college and we had the shelf system, I would absolutely no, because I wouldn't want the empty bottles that other people drank, because part of the charm of it, a big part of the charm of it, was that we had drank all of those, and that it on purpose to do the display. Are you working on anything tonight? I'm working on my mental health with my friends on the internet. I'm working on appreciating the world for what it is and not dwelling on what it's not. I'm working on hey, you missed Tuesday. You haven't been here for a little bit, actually, Stanford. On Tuesday, I did a bonus show where I was working on the guitar. We're getting closer on the live show guitar. It's now got a pickup cavity routed in it, and it is getting closer and closer. Not every day, not every show, but the show that we're making, or the guitar we're making on the live show, is getting closer and closer. But not tonight, because tonight I'm at the point where, actually, maybe this week I will do the unboxing and trial of my new Veritas cabinet scraper to finish the surface of both of these guitar bodies. Because I also, in case you have forgotten, I have its sister, that is the Purple Heart Walnut Maple guitar, happening at the same time. So I'm making two guitars at the same time. One here on the live show with you guys, and one as an edited project video. And that one's catching up to the live show video. For the long time, the live show guitar was well in front in terms of its progress. Oh, I have a tool sharpening question for planes and chisels. Oh, I'm the worst person to answer this. Water stones or oil stones? Okay, this I can answer. If you use water stones, do you find the lower grit numbers like 120 and 240 suck? Okay. I only somewhat can chime in on this because I did start with, I never used oil stones. Well, okay. I used oil stones to sharpen pocket knives when I was a Boy Scout in the 80s. But since I started woodworking, I have not used oil stones to sharpen things. I did start by water stone sharpening. And yes, the low grit numbers suck in that they are very, very friable. You do need to constantly resurface that stone, and it wears it away quickly. I have since moved on to diamond plates, and I haven't used my water stones for 4 years, probably. I still have one double-sided water stone. Sitting here in its This is this is a 1,000, 4,000. I believe King Waterstone. It's the only Waterstone that I actually still have, and I have not used it for a number of years. Because I have moved on to the DMT diamond plates for my sharpening. It's just less messy and you don't have to flatten things. Mike is accurate. Thank you. There were many different whiskey bottles on the townhouse display shelves. We were trying to collect the whole series. I think we did a damn good job of, I mean, we didn't obviously get to all of them, but we did a damn good job. I've been finding the 120s and 240s don't do anything, but the 1,000, 6,000 seems to cut a lot more than the lower numbers. Makes most sense to me. I can't see them not doing anything. I could see them doing a lot of bad things very quickly. If you don't have it dead flat or you don't have it set on the right angle or whatever, it would only take one or two juggas for things to go very badly to your blade on something that low. But I don't know that I would ever start down that low unless I needed to. That thing would have to be in very, very bad shape for me to start down that low. They like brand new, fresh, out of the box Nerex chisels. I took to the 1,000. I think I did do those ones to flatten the back on the 1,000, flipped it over to the 4,000, and then up to the diamond plates. But I can't picture a circumstance where I would need to go down that low to start a process. Flattening the bottom of an out of flat hand plane from the 80s, if I wanted to, like from post when they were making good planes, if I tried to get a 1984 Stanley hand plane up to a standard, I might start down that low, but I wouldn't do that. I would just not buy that plane. It's usually 100-year-old plane irons from the thrift store you're trying to restore. I still think a 1,000 grit Waterstone is probably where you want to be starting anyway. Because I think you would risk doing more harm than good on something that low a grit. But we've established that you don't come here to learn, and that I'm not an expert on restoring tools. But I think I would start at 1,000 on a Waterstone, and if that wasn't doing what I needed it to do, I might just throw it out and be like, that one's not worth trying to. No, I wouldn't. I would go down slowly, but I would go down to like, I think I would go down to like a 600 wet dry sandpaper on a piece of granite and see if that does, like an automotive sandpaper at a 600 or something, before I would go all the way down to like a 240 or something. seems like a lot to me. Like, why don't you just get the angle grinder out and put a flap disc on it and see if you can get it sharp? You know? I feel like if you need to get down that low, it's not worth the effort. But you do you. This guy right here needs a full-on refurb. It's got a big crack in its tote. It's got a fairly rusty situation on the lever cap and everything else. This was the one that I got thinking this would be the full-on restore. Like, we'll take something from garbage, might as well throw it in the landfill, back to usable. And I just honestly can never see it happening. I just like it. If you enjoy that, Tim, obviously you enjoy that. I'm not going to tell you not to do something you enjoy. I don't think I would enjoy this. I just don't. I don't think I would enjoy it. I don't think it would be worth it. I think this is probably something made in the 50s or 60s. And I just don't see it being worth the effort to put into doing it. I wanted to do it as like I bought it for, I don't know, $20 or something, thinking like that'd be fun to restore a tool. It would not. It would not be fun. Send it to you. I'll fix it up and send it back shiny and working. Can I send you my 4.5 instead? I don't really want that one. And this one will be a lot easier for you to do. Doesn't have a big cracked tote. The tote's in good shape. There's a significantly less amount of things bad happening with everything else. I would like to have a functioning 4.5 that I don't want to put the work into. But I think after we send it back and forth through the mail to the States and back, like I might as well just go buy a Veritas. And it's not worth, like, this is probably even more recent. This is probably like a 70s 4.5. Like, let's take the tools that were good when they were made and make them good again. These ones weren't really good when they were made. So why put all the effort into making them good now when the original people making them didn't put the effort into making them good? I would much rather see the time and effort spent bringing a good tool back to good state than bringing a shit tool up to a good state. Does that make sense? Is that... I mean, maybe there's nothing wrong with either of those things. Well, obviously there's nothing wrong with either of those things. Bringing something shit up to a good state is a good thing. But I think I would rather see things from 1890 that were made at a quality level be brought back to life than something that was not made at a quality level brought to life. Because Lee Nielsen costs $450. Well, they would buy the Veritas then. It's better anyway. Oh. I shouldn't, I can't even I can't even honestly say that because I've never used a Lee Nielsen plane. Not true. I have used one Lee Nielsen plane one time, and it was amazing. But Lee Nielsen planes seem to have gone up in price more than Veritas planes have, I think, based on what I see people buying them for. Um, I'm at the point where I think Veritas hand planes are actually fairly reasonably priced. Because I see people buying like a Lee Nielsen bronze number 4 for twice as much money as you can get a brand new used Veritas bronze number 4 for maybe not twice as much, but 50% more than a brand new Veritas number 4 from the factory. That I don't really understand. Beer. Maybe it's a scarcity collector false economy type situation. It's not a false economy. Things are worth what people are willing to pay for them. But as user planes, I think I can pay $300. I haven't looked it up for a while, but I think I could pay $350 Canadian for the equivalent plane that I would get as a used, for the equivalent Veritas brand new that I could get for a used Lee Nielsen plane on the open market, so to speak. Did I say those words correctly? Probably not. If I have $350, I can get a brand new, I think I can get a brand new Veritas bench plane. Number 4. I think for 350 Canadian dollars. For 350 Canadian dollars, I cannot get a used Lee Nielsen number 4. Based on what I see them selling for. My Avatar is a pre-war Stanley 4.5 that I restored. Yeah, see, that's what I almost, we've talked about this before. I want the whole set of Type 6s from 1888. I got the 8 and the 6. I don't really need the 7 for me to consider it like the full set. I would like the 5, 4.5, 4, 3 Type 6. And then I could have that whole side of my rack. The Type 6 Stanleys from 1888. 8, 6, 5, 4.5, 4, 3. And then over here, I could have my Veritas, let's say 7 to fit in between. I could have my low angle jack, which is a 62 equivalent. I can have my low angle smoother, which is essentially a low angle number 4. I can have my DX60 block plane and my apron plane. And then I have everything I need, either in 1888 Stanley or new Veritas. How rad would that be? It's like my ideal plane collection, actually, is what I just said out loud. 6, 8, 5, 4.5, 4, 3 in the Type 6. 7 low angle jack, low angle smoother, DX60 apron plane. That's what I want. And a Veritas router plane and a Veritas shoulder plane. And my number 45 that I love because it's pretty and never use. Timothy Mallon, are you on Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok? He does. He is T Mallon Woodworks on Instagram. I think. T Mallon. If you go to Instagram and you go like at TMALLO, it'll show up. Or you can go to my Instagram and go into the people I follow and find him in there. I'm going to have another cigarette. This is fun talks. We're talking about woodworking tools. Look at that. That doesn't always happen. Tim, you find me that thumb screw yet? Where are my Australians at tonight? That's what's missing. That's what's missing from tonight is my Australians. Eric Hubba-Cubca's not here. Jax isn't here. Kyla's not here. Scott's not here. Not that there's anything wrong with you guys. But that's what's weird, is the lack of Australians. That's why things feel just a little bit off. I know, I did ask at the tool store. He's looking for me. Oh, really? Going on vacation in Florida this week? I should just go to, what's his face? Up in Maine or wherever. There's like card catalogs full of old plain bits and whatever. What's his name? I don't know. Oh, Natty is going to pretend to be Australian. I appreciate that. He talk about chasing the dingoes out of the yard and whatever. It's not going to work because I know that you're not. So that's, I mean, you can like make a new account with a new name and then you can come in and be like, hey, from Australia. And I can be like, oh, I got a new Australian friend. When did Mike start smoking? 1995. I didn't smoke on the show for a long time until it came up as a question. And then I just said, fuck it. Like, let's be honest. Well, it's not, I wasn't intentionally trying to hide the fact. But once it became out in the open, I was just like, yeah, sure. Why not? I'm not going to do it on screen because algorithms and AI and whatever like can cause problems. But yeah, I'm it's part of who I am, and it has been for a really long time. So we can swear here now. It may or may not show up if you do it. But yeah, once in a while something slips out of my mouth. And I haven't seemed to have a problem any more of a problem than anything else in terms of monetization. I don't swear a lot. Like even in my regular everyday life, I know people that swear like every sentence, and I'm not that kind of guy. But if it's the right word, I've always been a fan of using the right word for what it is that you're trying to express. If the right word happens to be frowned upon by some people, then like fuck them, you know? Which was the right word to use in that circumstance. I I I've been teaching my kid since he was born that there's no such thing as bad words. There are just people who don't appreciate some words, and you need to take that into consideration. There's not a good and a bad word. There's the right word or the wrong word, and part of it is situational. Like you take other people's consideration into account. I don't swear around children I don't know because I don't know if their parents appreciate that. I don't think anyone here is a children I don't know. And if you have children watching this show with you right now, I am not going to apologize. I was going to apologize, but I'm not going to. That's bad. That's bad parenting. Why would you do that? Plus, it's late wherever you are, unless you're in Australia. That kid should be asleep, yo. By the way, Marv's here. Welcome back, my friend. Irregardless is a bad word. Well, it's not a word. See, that's the language adapts. Are we going to get into an etymological discussion about the development of language? Because I don't really want to, but I will. Um, ABBA is a bad word around here. Again, not a word. But words get added and deleted from language all the time. Language is a living, technically not a living anything, but you know what I mean. Uh, Again, you say like the English language is a living document. No, it isn't. That's an expression we use to say that things develop and change over time. It's not a living anything. Language is not alive, but it changes and develops according to people's understanding of each other. Is if there is a school of thought that says if your point is understood, the communication was successful and therefore it counts. And I can appreciate that way of thinking, but don't come on my show and use the wrong your in a sentence. I will call you out. People who don't understand the difference between etymology and entomology really bug me in ways that I can't put into words. That is nicely done. I that's a that was nicely done. Communication cycles, they teach that in J school. Do they? Was that J school? I assumed that it was from the rhetoric and professional development or professional writing degree. In one of the degrees that I took in I feel like you're calling me out. I am now. Now I am. I wasn't intentionally referring to anybody in specific. Now I am. But again, hearkening back to the earlier part of the discussion, if your point is understood, then the communication was successful, and therefore possibly should not be frowned upon. But I would rather maybe try to, in some ways, in terms of the use of the English language, I am kind of conservative. But at least I understand and appreciate the way that language changes, and I can deal with that. And it's part of how we've become a language. We haven't become a language. Part of how English has developed over time. If you look at, you try to read Chaucer. Anybody else? Hands up. Hands up. Anybody else that has studied Chaucer? Or even Shakespeare. Let's go another couple hundred years. We'll say Shakespeare. Not a couple hundred years. You know what I mean. Try to read Shakespeare if you don't have any sort of frame of reference for the way that the English language was used during his time. Some of it can be confusing. English has developed over time into what we use today. And in 100 years from now, we will only have one your, and it'll be used for all of those situations, because it will eventually stop distinguishing between them, because we all just understand. And it'll make it even harder for people who don't use English as their first language to get a grasp of English. English is already probably the hardest language to learn for somebody who didn't start with it, because of all of our nonsense, rules and silent letters and kinds of shit. And eventually it'll be even more difficult, because we will only have one your. And people who grew up using Mandarin will have an even bigger problem trying to learn English. The King James Bible. Like, am I the only one who has studied Chaucer in any capacity? Like, wander appear with chore sute. The grute march har perse to the rute. That is English as it was spoken at one point. You got to pick it apart and figure out like what those words mean, even though they are technically English words when they were written. Paul, you read Canterbury Tales? Did you read the modernized version, or did you read it in Old English? Oh, Canterbury Tales! Hey, people know Canterbury Tales. That's awesome. I haven't studied Chaucer. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I studied Chaucer. Chaucer was part of my English studies. Like, I don't have a degree in Old English. I have an English degree, which covers the breadth of a lot of the breadth of the continuum of the English language. The difference between USA, UK, Australia, and Canada in how we use words. What? Did I miss something? I mean, we all use words different. Aluminium. You know, perfect modern example of just the difference between the way that words are pronounced or said or spelt or whatever. Mine was original Middle English. Is Middle English, right? Well, there's a gray line between those things. A lot of people would have called it Old English. Middle English, I think these days probably refers to more Shakespearean. Like it's post. I guess Old English would be more like Beowulf. But then is that even really English? Because it was kind of Scandinavian. It's, yeah. Middle English is like Newfie. Actually, it's funny. I shouldn't laugh because there have been scholars that have said the closest thing to Middle English that exists today is what they speak in Newfoundland. I know in the last 500 years, if I went to Old England, I would have a difficult time talking to them. Yes, you absolutely would. Yeah. Hell, if I went to England now, I would have a difficult time talking to them. I'm just kidding. It was funny. I have a friend of mine that I work with. A friend of mine I work with that says things in British, and I'm like, what the shit did you just say? And she'll be like, oh, I shot the toty. And I'll be like, what? That's not a thing that she said, I don't think. I shot the toady. She does once in a while, she'll say something, I'll be like, what was that word? And what, like, did it actually mean something, or are you just like making noises? See, I'm learning again. I'm sorry, my friend. No, I'm not. We can learn by accident. Don't come here to learn, but it's okay if you learn while you're here. Should I go get some like old English textbooks and we'll do a study on, because I do have a significant library. We could read Canterbury Tales right here. I don't think that's probably even copyrighted. I think it's probably fallen out of copyright by now. We could read Canterbury Tales on YouTube, and I wouldn't get demonetized. Next week's show, the prologue of Canterbury Tales. And that's all we'll do. We'll just read Canterbury Tales. And I'll do it in Old English. Old English, tool sharpening, beer choices. What kind of show is this we aren't supposed to have? We aren't supposed to learn to. I'm not going to apologize for what kind of show this is, my friend. Tolkien's translation of Beowulf. I have not read this. I did not know that was a thing, and now I'm upset. Why do I not? Is that an actual thing? Tim, is that an actual thing? And why do I not own that? If that's an actual thing, I'm actually quite upset. Because he would be the perfect guy. I really want to read that. Please tell me you're just being funny and that's not an actual thing. If that's a real thing, I'd need a copy of that. And if anybody has an extra one, there's zero chance of that. But I believe he did it before Lord of the Rings. Oh, I totally believe he did it. But as a published work that could be purchased, like I think like Tolkien probably did that when he was 12 or something. Like James was just like a linguist from the time he was born. Translation and commentary by J.R.R. Tolkien. That's a thing that I don't have. Nadia, I need a raise. No, I need you to purchase that for me for my birthday as my friend. (1926) published translation and commentary. I need to own this thing. I would like very much to own this thing. God, I'm such a huge nerd. That's not right. I don't think that anybody should get that excited about something like that. That is like hugely geeky and I'm not going to apologize for my geeky, nerdy nature of things. Nope. No, I'm not. How bad is Jake Paul going to get beat by Tyson? Probably fairly badly. I don't follow boxing or fighting or whatever, but I did see that was a thing that was going to happen. And like YouTuber guy like me who got tough and joined boxing is going to fight one of the toughest motherfuckers who has ever played boxing and has never been mentally stable. I don't see that working out well for him. I have Sir Gawain and the Green Knight. Hey, cool. I have a library full of... We should, maybe one week we should do the show from my library. It's not a library. I guess it is, depending on your definition. I have numerous bookshelves full of a large eclectic collection of books. We could spend a week, a show, just reading William Wordsworth poetry. That'd be cool. I would enjoy that. If you're Jake Paul, why do you sign your own death warrant? The same reason that Jake Paul has done everything in his life, by my understanding, is because people pay him to do it. I think he was just like one of those idiot YouTuber guys like Mr. Beast who just did idiot things on the internet for money, and people like loved it, and he made money from it, and then he joined fighting because he thought he was tough. I think, was my understanding. People do a lot of crazy shit for money. And money is the bane of our world. I don't want to get into the sociological economics of the way that we've developed as a society. I don't. I wanted to have fun with my friends on the internet, and this is going to make me sad. So let's get off the topic of idiots who do things for money. Shall we? Beer. It doesn't make me happy. It doesn't make you guys happy. It's not a fun conversation to have. Let's look at the good things in the world. It was one of my resolutions for this year, was to actively look at the good things in the world. Somebody tell me something they saw this week that made them happy for the future of humanity. There we go. I'll spring something on you guys. You guys are always springing questions on me. Here's one for you guys. Tell me something you saw this week that made you optimistic for the future of humanity. I'll wait. Because there are things that happen around us all the time that if you're looking for that, you'll see it. I'll tell you mine, just while there's empty space. I was at one of the grocery stores, Quality Foods, I think, and I was getting my groceries, and I only needed 4 or 5 things, and so I don't get a bag because bags cost money and they're wasteful and whatever. And I was walking out with my things, but they were a couple of them were a little slippery, and something fell out of my armload of stuff on my way out. I was outside the store on my way back to the truck, and I had my armload of stuff, but I was pretty confident, and I lost something, and then I kept it from hitting the ground hard with my foot, because that's what you do, and it rolled away, and I'm standing there going like, I don't know how to pick this up. And a teenager, these punk kids, came over on his way into the store, and he was like, I got you. And he put it back on top of my stuff. I was like, thanks, man. He's like, yeah, got you. And then he continued on his way, and I continued on my way. That's it. That's all it needs to be. That makes me optimistic for the future, is that people are going to continue to help each other when they don't need to. Hold on, I gotta scroll back. Saw a traveling woodturner who lives in a van. He turns bowls and leaves them for people to find. Hey! Gives them as gifts if people want, and they can send him money. Does it to spread joy. Yes. It's a perfect example. It fixed my mate's mobile phone yesterday. Awesome. Young man made me feel like there's hope for our youth of the world with a comment he made about a bunch of grown-ass men arguing about what's the best way to hunt. Perfect. Perfect. I love this. Let's talk about what made us feel good about the future this week. It's way too easy to be pessimistic about the way things are going. but it's also pretty easy to see the good if that's what you're looking for. I think I might go have to have a urination beside the house. Eric, it might be another thing that happens since you've been here regularly. Sometimes I just leave this running and I go piss beside my house. He didn't even know I smoked. It's been I don't know, when did that conversation happen about addictions and things? Eric, I think you were here. I remember you absolutely were here the night that it happened. Because I vividly remember you congratulating me on being brave enough to be honest about that. I'm sure it was you. Ever since that day, I've been like, don't pee upwind. Well, I mean, you try not to, but sometimes it happens and you get pee on you. Really not that big a deal. It's sterile and I like the taste. 3 Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff points. Before I go pee, I got to give away my 3 Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff points for it's sterile and I like the taste. Lady in a country beach town paints scenes on a rock and leaves them in places for people to find and pick up. Yeah, we've got people that do that too. They leave them down like on the water side where you've got walking paths and stuff. They paint things on them and leave them out for people. Gerald Swindle, professional bass fisherman, was talking about seeing an older couple out fishing together and what it meant for her to be with him just because it looked like, yeah, awesome. Waldrop gets the Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff points for dodgeball reference. Back in a minute. Here we go. I stayed downwind. Upwind. Whatever. Oh. So many good conversations tonight, you guys. So much good talk. Once again, you guys come through with my favorite thing of the week. Good work. This week, some stuff to do on the non-live guitar. I've got to refinish a salt and pepper shaker for a woman that I keep putting off. I got a painting class to do on Wednesday night. Next Sunday, we're relaunching the turning class down at the shop. Not relaunching. Unpausing, I guess. Yeah. So busy week ahead of me this week too. This past week was stupid busy. Next week is probably busier. People coming in. I hope they live here. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I kind of want to keep hanging out. What's my battery life like? Oh, I got lots of time. We can do another 4-hour show. It's not necessary, but I do like hanging out with my friends on the internet. Yes, I'm taking your wood turning class next week. I didn't see you on the. I didn't see you on the list because I get an update when people register. I did not see you. We got to stick around till the clocks change. Now you can take a private lesson for the same rate as my group lessons now that there's a lathe at the shop. It just has to be at a time where that room also isn't in use for other things. Oh, it's going to be a secret. Oh, okay. Well, then you just fucking wrecked it. Like, you're bad at keeping secrets. That was really bad secret keeping, my friend. Literally said it out loud in public on the internet. Not just like in person giving away the secret. You gave it away out loud in public on the internet. That's going to be documented forever. Well, as long as YouTube exists. That's next level, giving away a secret. I didn't want you to be nervous. Everyone gets nervous when I take their classes. Yeah, I think that's understandable. Like, you're their employer, and so they're going to feel judged the whole time more than they already do when you're around. I get that. No, that's fine. I am confident in what I do. But I don't think did you sign up under like somebody else's name? Because I don't think you can take the next one. It's full. I'm actually so stoked to learn from people. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. I want to take the glass blowing. I want to go do glass blowing. I just can't justify the expense. I mean, we hear that all the time as people who teach artistic practice. It's just like it's hard to wrap your head around the expense. I would absolutely love to try it. I can't. That's at this point that's like 2 days worth of groceries. Which was only somewhat an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. And no one comes to Mike to learn. Not here, Paul. That's the difference. Don't come here to learn. I do things other places for you to come and learn. You come to the Crow's Nest Artist Collective to learn from Mike's wooden things and stuff. Don't come here. Or sometimes people learn from like my edited project videos that have instructional content in them. The live show, also, we learned things on the live show tonight. You could have come here specifically tonight to learn, and you would have. McGill's a glassblower. Glassblowing is so much fun. I don't know that McGill would call himself a glassblower, but he's done it, and it's so much fun. Tim Mallon dated a glassblower for a few years. She made some really cool stuff. Now works for GE in their scientific glassblowing division. The General Electric has, I guess they would have a scientific glassblowing division, wouldn't they? Fuck, that's rad. You'd be a glass-blowing scientist. She's probably better equipped to teach the class than Gibson is. She's a glass-blowing scientist. Watched you make a spatula today. Yeah, I saw that you commented on that. I would never. Don't go watch that. I did my first, I think that was my first ever YouTube video that Paul just decided to go watch. It must have been awkward as all hell. Done it quite a bit, but finding a hot shop is not easy. I know a couple of glass blowers, and I probably could go learn glass blowing for relatively inexpensively, but it's also another one of those things that I don't want to know that I like. Like, I intentionally don't learn the pottery wheel, because if it turns out I like it, I already have too many things that I like that I don't have enough time for. And if I add another thing to it, then I have even less time for the things that I already know that I like. I watched Nadia do silver casting classes, and I'm like, oh, that'd be rad. I don't want to get into silver casting. I'm gonna love it, and it's gonna take time away from the things that I already don't have enough time to do that I know that I love. Mike Bennett finally made it. He was so busy with his small trucks that it took him 2 hours to remember that this was a thing. Sean McGill, where are you from? Check out Sean McGill is in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Sorry, I've retained a lot of superfluous information regarding glass blowing, and I've never even done it. Dude, you want to talk about retaining superfluous information? I'm never gonna. Don't apologize for retaining superfluous information. Like, I think I quoted the first couple lines of, like, the Canterbury Tales in Old English earlier today on the internet. Nobody needs to know that. Wanda Rapira with the chore suit. Nobody needs to know that information. I drove to Nanaimo to buy another one. Funny that you should say that. I was, in a way, talking about you today at work, because the jerks, let's just call them jerks, at the old hobby shop next door, who closed their shop and retired and used to do stuff like RC cars and darts and train kits and all this stuff. You know the hobby shop. They still have their website active and their phone line still says their open hours, despite having been closed for almost a year now. And this nice woman and her teenage son drove up from the Comox Valley to go look for RC parts for his Traxxas Everest Mark IV Part 2 or whatever truck, not knowing that they were closed because these jerks have left all of their stuff active. Their website and their voicemail and everything still says all of their hours and whatever. And so they come up and they're like, they came over to us and they're like, did you put the hobby shop? And I'm like, well, they closed last April. Well, that's kind of sucks because we came up here like after calling and it said it was open and this was their hours and blah 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 blah. And I said to them, I said, unfortunately, like I have a friend who's the RCer guy, and I think unfortunately the closest shop is Nanaimo now. And they're like, yeah, well, we knew about that one, but this one was closer, and the phone line said that they were open. That's a shit move. When you close your business, just close your business. Close down your website, close down your phone line. It pisses people off. And it's bad. It's bad community. And okay, so the reason I said that I was kind of talking about you was like I can call my buddy Mike and see if like he has the parts that you're looking for. Because like I'm good friends with a buddy in town who's like part of the RC community, and he might just say like, I don't know what you need, but like he might have your axle or whatever laying around. It's 1.5 hours away. Yeah. And see, that's the thing is they knew about that one, but they were like, well, but that one's closer and it's open because we called them. That's dick move. Well, if I don't have it, someone in the group could. That's where the conversation went. I was like, I might be able to find you whatever it is that you came here shopping for. And I guess he's got a Traxxas 3, I think. I don't know. I don't know all of the ins and outs, but he has a Traxxas something. And they came up looking for parts. Did I get a number? No, I didn't. Because we got talking about what we do at the Crow's Nest. And yeah, I did suggest that he join like some of the local RC like social media groups and stuff, because it seems like you guys are always trading and buying and et cetera, et cetera. Crow's Nest should sell RC stuff. Crow's Nest should sell all of the things that everybody ever wants. It's true. You're right. Should sell all of the model paints and models and stuff that they did next door, and all of the beading supplies, and all of the leatherworking stuff that people come in and ask us about, and all of the lamp making thing. Sometimes people come in looking for like colored lamp oil for their antique oil lamp and stuff. It's yeah, it would be great. It would be great if we had all of the things that anybody could ever want to buy for their fun artistic hobbies. It would be awesome. Fake moss. It's true. It's true. We should absolutely be bringing in buckets of fake moss for all three of the people who want to buy fake moss. Guys don't need another lathe. No, we do. The lathe at least makes us money eventually. The fake moss, not so much. Or like the three people who come in looking for a very specific kind of leatherworking needle. It would be great for us to have all of that stuff. Just like, I had a guy came in Thursday, no, yesterday, Friday, came in with a dead, maybe Natty is still here, came in with a dead wood burning tip. He was like, well, I bent this one and now it's like kind of floppy. And I'm like, yeah, you don't want to keep using that because heat and metal fatigue on the tip of a wood burner, you could keep using it and it'll just snap off and then you'll do not good work. It'll hurt your process. But he's like, I'm just looking to see if you guys sell like a kit of like a set of wood burning tips for wood burners. I'm like, I would love for us to have that because we do wood burning classes. We have sold wood burners. We can't dedicate a section of the art supplies to wood burning. It just is not feasible for the 6 people who are ever going to want to come looking for that stuff. When the alternative is watercolor, acrylic paint, oil paint, pen and ink. It's like there's a there's a finite amount of space you can get art supplies into. You can't dedicate a section of it to wood burning tips as much as you would like to. But it would also be stupid awesome for somebody to come in and go, I need this for my art. We have that. Come on over. I just need a way bigger space. You just need twice as big a space, and then we can devote twice as much room to the art supplies, and then we can have leather working and glass working and wood burning and book binding and yeah, be great. Bead work, necklaces and jewelry and earrings and stuff, all the beads and strings. And the guy that with his stupid colored oil for his antique oil lamp maybe would have found something when he came in. Probably not. That would be pretty low on the list. Beer and smoke. Hanging out with my friends on the internet. Of course, that's Canadian Amazon. No, Canadian Amazon would be Amazon.ca. But it would be rad It would be rad for the Crow's Nest to become like the Canadian supplier of all things art. Like, hey, it's Kiduk Bobbert. Welcome to the show. You're only 2.5 hours late. You've been marked tardy, and now there's going to be a warning on your file, and two more late tardy warnings result in nothing at all happening. So show up whenever you like, for as long as you like, and we're happy to have you. You did miss a lot of cool, interesting, and sometimes educational conversations tonight. This was one of the nights where you could have come here to learn and would have. It's not frequent, but it does happen, and it happened tonight. We talked about a lot of good educational information tonight. And that's going to sound sarcastic because that's what I do. But absolutely, there was a lot of cool, interesting pieces of information that would have made people smarter tonight. Smarter in ways that they needed to be? Maybe not. But who's to say? Who's to say what we need to know and what we don't? I think a lot of people think this, but I think I would be pretty good on Jeopardy. Because I have a lot of bits of information on a lot of different subjects. And just like weird things that just like nobody knows that. No, I do, actually. That's a show I haven't listened to for a while. The Ken Jennings podcast. What's it called? I listened the hell out of it for a while, and then it was a podcast that he's doing. Optiminium? No. Tyler Peterson turned me onto it on the podcast that I did for like 6 episodes. He told me about it, and then I listened to it for a while, and it's a really good podcast. But I haven't listened to it for a long time. He's a smart dude too, that Ken Jennings. See, it shows me you guys are still here, but there's a lack of participation. That makes me not want to keep doing the show. You guys have to be here with me, okay? Like, for this to be cool and awesome and fun, we have to be here together. Just saying. If you don't want me to go get the guitar and play by myself into my phone in my garage and have to suffer through it, then we need to keep keeping the conversation open. I'm here mentally where it counts. Well, you gotta make a story out of the emojis, then paint it. or write a song. What emojis? What are you talking about? Did you do like a line of emojis that isn't showing up because it's emojis? And YouTube thinks it's spam, probably? YouTube was like, this is a suspicious comment. Get the guitar. Eric always wants me to play guitar. If Eric's the only one chiming in, that's what's going to end up happening. And you guys are just going to have to deal with it. I'll get this guitar. I'll just play this one. It's not very loud because it doesn't have most of what it needs to be a guitar yet. But I could play this one. Needs more sustain and more tone. Yeah, I don't think I used the right tone wood in that one. Purple Heart and Maple doesn't... Purple Heart and Maple, it turns out, is not... It's not good tone wood. Tone wood. Sorry, I lost my connection. What are we chiming in about? Just whether or not we want to keep the show going. And whether I want to go get a guitar and play some songs. Or what we want to do with the rest of our night. Because I've got 48% left on my phone. So I got another, I don't know, 40 minutes that I can hang out before I gotta get it on a charger. Beard in a bag that sings. You still owe me $37,500, Bob. Like, I don't. You shouldn't get to chime in on what we do because you have an outstanding debt of $37,500. Just saying. Maybe you don't get a say. Oh, we've had some good times. We have absolutely had some good times. And I like being able to hearken back to those good times here for those of you who actually can recognize those. Like, there's a lot of inside jokes and hearkening back references that are fun for me. I'm gonna go get the guitar. Well, maybe we'll just do a couple. Not gonna make a whole extravaganza out of it, but I don't really have anywhere to stand it up on the bench. I can move some of this out of the way. Well, you make a spot on the bench for a guitar stand. I'll go get a guitar. Stand up. Don't. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here instead. Maybe we'll do a couple tunes. Your marking knife cut me the other day. No, it didn't. You cut yourself with my marking knife. Okay? I mean, that's good feedback because it means it's sharp. Unless it cut you because it was dull and you were trying to force it. Because we all know that a dull knife is more dangerous than a sharp knife because it doesn't cut as well. Did it cut you just by touching it? Did it jump off a shelf and cut you? Like, was it angry? I didn't get the stand. Hold on. Were you using it as it was intended to be used? Or were you using it in a way it was not intended to be used? So I accept no responsibility for you cutting yourself with my marking knife. If you were using it to like clear out earwax or forgot it was a knife, I was thinking I had a pencil. Yeah, again, perfect example. That's on you. Yes. The Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff marking knife is much sharper than an HB pencil. And should be used for different purposes. So depending on what you were doing, you grabbed the wrong tool. If you wanted a pencil, you picked up the wrong thing. So it would make a damn attractive pencil though. You find a way to get that into a nice lead. Oh, who remembers? Okay, I'm dating myself again. Anybody remember taking drafting classes in school where they had a pencil that was like the current mechanical pencils where you, except it was the four things that spread out and had a nice thick lead, and then you put it in a rotary thing to sharpen. You extended it way out, and then you put it in and you did it like that to sharpen it, and then retracted it back in. Those drafting pencils, I wish those still existed and I had one of those sharpeners, because that bad boy was fantastic. It was probably like a, I don't know, maybe 3mm lead, but they were hard and crisp. And those sharpener things, you're just like, you stick it in and away you were back to sharp instantly, and then back to drafting. Those fuckers were great. Clutch pencil. Oh, I still have yours. Okay. Do you have the circular sharpener thing, dude. Took drafting, but we didn't use that pencil. We had to buy a box of Ticonderoga number 2s. Should have been buying, well, it probably didn't exist then. I will take a Blackwing 602 over a Ticonderoga. But yeah, I should do a pencil show sometime. Talk about how awesome Blackwing pencils are. Ticonderoga makes a good pencil. Bronzale makes a good pencil. Blackwing makes an exceptional pencil. Just saying. We also had a bag of eraser dust you had to use. The little shavings that came off erasers, you saved those up and then had to use them. I think I remember doing that. The eraser, like, roly bits. It's not vivid, but now that you've said it, I think I remember doing that. It's like a dusty bag of eraser that you rested your hands on. Those blanks you just got would make some beautiful pencils. I've never made a pencil. I have never turned a pencil kit. I wonder. I would have no use for a pencil because I have like a lifetime supply of Blackwing pencils. Hashtag not sponsored. I bought 3 dozen different Blackwing pencils, and they last forever because they're amazing. And I probably will never have to buy another pencil. Actually, my 602s, I might be down to 8. I might be down to 8 602s out of the dozen that I bought. That's like, if my time on this earth lasts long enough to outlive my Blackwing pencil, I'll be surprised. I will be a little bit surprised if I outlast my Blackwing pencil supply. The brand was Staedtler Mars. Yes, they were Staedtler pencil. It was blue, and when you clicked on the end, it had 4 prongs that did that, and it was a nice thick 3 or 4 millimeter lead. And you put it in the. Such a good. I wish I would absolutely. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't trade my Blackwings for that, but I would love to have one of those. That's like, these are the types of things that I want to get as gifts at this point in my life. Like the Tolkien translation of Beowulf. The Staedtler prongy pen thing with the grinder sharpener thing. Those are the types of things that I want to have in my life. Really nice, high quality stuff. Hmm? Wife's backing in. She absolutely don't. Before you ask, no, she does not want to be on the show. You still buy them here? The autocorrect. The like the drafting pencil sharpener things. I need to go to Australia to get myself one of those pencil sharpeners that used to work on the drafting pencils. I mean, you might still be able to get them here too. It's not like I've looked for them. I nostalgically, I just, I want one. Maybe I could go to Staples and go get one. I don't know. It's not like I've looked. Come on, like we've met me, right? These things come up on the show, and then I go like, oh damn, remember that? I could probably still go get it. No, I probably can't. It feels like that's an obsolete piece of technology because people don't use them anymore. They've stopped manufacturing them, and there's one place that does, and now they're $150 or something. Amazon has them for $12.45. Well, damn. Now it well, 12.45 American. See, even still $15, and then the sharpener is probably going to be another $40. Still, it's probably still worth it. I just want to own that and have that experience of sharpening the pencil in the. They come in any color you want as long as it's blue. That's the color I want because that's the nostalgic color from high school in 1992 when I was using them. I would say like probably my first like I don't want to say orgasmic, but kind of experience with sharpening a pencil lead. And growing up as an artistic kid, like and sharpening my pencils in the twisty pencil sharpeners, doing a drafting pencil in that, it's almost like a it's just constantly being able to just drop it in and being and it's sharp again immediately and back to work on a nice thick you're just like the joy of using that pencil as a 13-year-old kid. I would like to have that feeling again. The closest I got to having that experience was the first time I sharpened, or they came sharp actually, when I opened my first box of Blackwing 602s. And I put it to a piece of paper and I was like, oh damn, that's what a pencil should feel like in your hand. I hadn't felt that feeling for 20 some odd years since I used that drafting pencil in high school. And it's not no sponsorship from Blackwing or anything. Like they just make really amazing pencils. The first time I used a Blackwing pencil, I messaged my friend Nadia, who I did not yet work for, but had an art supply store in town. I was like, you need to be a supplier of these pencils because I will buy the shit out of them. But then I guess it turned into being really difficult to become a Blackwing pencil retailer. And also, probably not a great financial decision for a business to become a Blackwing pencil retailer because they last a really long time. So somebody comes and buys like a $25 box of pencils, but they don't come back again for 2 years. I feel like we haven't touched on this Blackwing pencil enough. Okay, I get it. Okay, I've gone overboard on the Blackwing pencil. Could you please elaborate more on what makes them so special? I don't know exactly what it is that makes them so special. They feel like magic. They feel like they have been made by wizards. Is really, really nice, smooth. The graphite they use, the wood they use, I don't know what it is exactly. I know one of their models uses Japanese cedar. I have numerous boxes of it. This is my box of Blackwing Natural, which I believe is made with Japanese cedar. I have a box of Blackwing Pearls. My box of Blackwing 602s is upstairs. It's a very good pencil making company. That's all I'm saying. If anybody knows anybody at Blackwing, I would make really good advertisements for you. So they make drawing pencils. All of their pencils are drawing pencils. There's no such thing as a not drawing pencil. They make a line of pencils in different hardnesses. The problem with Blackwing is that their hardness scale isn't the normal 6B, 4B, 2B, HB, etc., etc. It's like the white or the pearl or the cedar or the 602, and that's how they do their hardnesses and stuff. So it's kind of a hassle to try and figure out where things land in their system. They're just a dream to use. I don't know how to explain it. Feel like I'm not in tune again. It's a paperback writer from the Beatles. That'd be cool. You're right, Eric says. And now I have to bash on Eric for using the wrong your. My tuner's on my phone, unfortunately, so I can't just like tune my guitar. And I'm not great at just hearing it. Close enough. It's close enough for YouTube in a 3-hour show. Trim a Nail. It's a song I haven't played in a really long time, but I thought about it the other day and how I really like it. So we'll give it a try. Plastic watering can. The fake pot is rubber plant. The fake plastic earth. All from rubber man. Down full of rubber plants. Get rid of itself. And where's the rub? Where's the rub? Where's the rub? Where's the rub? Lives of the broken man. Crack polystyrene man. Just crumbles and burns. 80s. Gravity always wins, and it wears them out. It wears them out. It wears them out. It wears. Looks like the real thing. Takes like the real thing. The fake lasting love. I can't help but feeling I could blow through the ceiling. Just turn and run, and it wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. Wears me out. And if I could be who you wanted, if I could be who you wanted, all the time. I mean, that's a song that I used to like. It's a song that I like that I used to play a long, long time ago. From this little known up and coming band that I think might make it one day. There's a band called Radiohead. I think they're going places. I don't know that I can't get it in tune. You know, people are just listing Radiohead songs. I'm not a big Radiohead fan. I was telling my friend Lisa today that because she asked me what I was going to play on the show tonight. I was like, I would like to play Fake Plastic Trees by Radiohead. It's like, I really like Radiohead. I'm not a huge Radiohead fan, but they do have 3 or 4 songs that I think are exceptional. Like really good examples of what a song should be and how it should make you feel. That probably wasn't my best version of that ever, but it got the point across. And I think I could find my own way through that song if I wanted to like make it into a cover that I Big plastic watering can. Big Chinese rubber plant. The fake plastic girl. She bought from Rubber Man. The devil rubber plant. Get rid of itself. Wears me out. Wears around. There's some things that could happen there that I think would be pretty nice. Wears around. Wears around. He's a broken man. Crack polystyrene man. Just crumbles and burns. Used to do surgery. Girls in the 80s. Yeah, but he always wins. Where's the mouth? Where's the mouth? Where's the mouth? Looks like a real thing. Tastes like a real thing. Big plastic girl. Can't help the feeling. Flow through the ceiling. Turn and burn. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. It wears me out. If I could be who you wanted, if I could be who you wanted all the time, all the time. Yeah, there's some things there. There's things there. Oh, damn. Is Lisa Joan here? That's who I was talking about earlier. She's like, yeah, no, Radiohead's fucking terrible. And then I was like, I disagree. That's not how the conversation went, but that's my British friend that we were talking about earlier who says things weird. And I'm like, what did you just say? I just cannot get this thing dialed in tonight. Exactly what you sound like. No, you like go like, oh, stodgy queen, British. I can't do a good British, so in my head it sounds good. Renaissance. That's right. So we're talking about Renaissance art. It's like, yeah, it feels like back in the Renaissance. Like, sorry, what? The Renaissance? Okay. Oh, that's better. I'm actually in tune now. That's gonna be good. It's probably not. It's all coming apart. I want to learn the song. Lisa's my friend that sent me. Speaking of songs that are depressing and sad and British, I want to learn the song about the cup of tea and the boys do cry. I think I could do a really good version of that. But I haven't looked into it yet. So I need a new beer before I do this. That's She already done teaching tonight, or is she like watching this at the while she's teaching at the Crow's Nest? Because that's bad form. Well, stupid strap button. Lisa, you shouldn't be watching this while you're supposed to be teaching things. When you were here before, look you in the eye, you're just like an angel. Skin makes me cry. Float like a feather. Beautiful world. I wish I was special. So fucking special. I'm a creep. I'm a way-ho. The hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. Oh, but I'm a creep. I'm a widow. whatever makes you happy. Whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. I'm a creep. I'm a widow. The hell am I doing here? Well, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. I got a little away from myself. I don't know how that part of the song goes. I heard it in my head. I just couldn't translate it to my fingers. And I think the chords on the sheet are wrong. So there we go. 2 Radiohead songs. And a binder coming out. Already home and in PJs. Well, then you did not give those people enough value. I don't know. What time is it? This show's been going for... You're right. You're right. The show has been going longer than I thought it has. We've been having fun on the internet with my friends. I lost track of time. My bad. Somebody said, how's Hurt going? We'll give it a go. Or we could just do British. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll leave that one for that. We'll only do British things in honor of my friend Lisa, who is British and is trying to start a silver spoon collection. Remember? We'll do songs from British bands badly. We'll do a few more UK based. It'll be bad. I do want to learn the guy having tea and his friend calls him, and the boys do cry. That's like a really good song. Well, as for David Usher and I get nothing. You got the opposite of nothing. You got me trying my first time ever a Moist song live on the internet when you ask that. That's the opposite of nothing. What are you talking about? Nothing. They tried to do like 3 of the damn songs, and then you asked for a specific one, and I tried to do that too. It was like nothing. And then I decided that I liked that song enough to maybe redesign it as like a dark lyrical ballad. So, nothing. Tonight we're celebrating sad British pop. For no reason except that I started with Radiohead. Oh, this is a terrible idea. B minor 7? I don't know what that is. Come up to meet you, tell you I'm sorry. Oh, no, lovely you are. I had to find you, tell you I need you, tell you set you apart. Tell me your secrets, ask me your questions. Oh, let's get back to the start. Running in circles, coming up hills, heads on the sides apart. Nobody said it was easy. It's just a shame for us to part. Nobody said it was easy. Said it wouldn't be this hard. Take me back to the start. I hope nobody's enjoying this because it's not gonna go well. Yes, numbers and figures, holding puzzles apart. Questions of science and progress do not speak as loud as my heart. Tell me you love me, come back and haunt me. Don't rush to the start. Running in circles, rushing ahead, coming back as we are. Nobody says it was easy. Just a shame for us to part. Nobody says it was easy. Nobody said it would be so hard. Going back to the start. I told you it would be bad. It's also like I've not done these songs before, so you take it with a. You have to try new things. You have to try new things. Later, Eric. Thanks, my friend. Come on back anytime. I know that I'm turning people off, but I am enjoying my time on the internet with my friends. Bailey Woodworks is here. Sorry you tuned in late and you have to deal with this nonsense. I should stop apologizing. I really should. Because I'm not sorry. I'm not. I am enjoying my time on the internet. And you guys feel like some of you are too. And I think this is a good place for us to be. None of us ever feel like we're good enough, do we? Even in the things that we're doing, that we're having fun doing, we just never feel like we're good enough. And for some arbitrary reason that is some like unexplained, you're projecting it on yourself. So stupid. So stupid. You are absolutely good enough. I promise you that. You're even better when you're loving what you're doing. Look at all the lonely people. All lonely people. Telling their Rigby picked up the price and the judge for the wedding has been. Lives in a dream, waits at the window, wearing the face that she keeps in the job on the door. Who is it for? All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Writing the words to the sermon that no one will hear. No one comes near. Look at him working, donning his socks on the night because nobody came. No one was saved. All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do Rigby died in the church and was buried along with the name. Nobody came. Father Mackenzie wiping the dirt from his hands as he walked from the grave. No one was saved. All the lonely people. Where do they all come from? All the lonely people. Where do they all belong? Tune. You tune. I can't tune because my tuner is on my phone. And I'm not good at doing it by ear. Also, that's a super mean thing to say. You should be saying like, "Wow, that really good job for how out of tune you were." Why are you being so mean? Oh, as in good tune. Well, use your words. Oh, hey, that's another British band. Just sitting right here. On the top of the book. Yeah, apparently now we're just in Britain. In in honor of my friend Lisa, who is from Britain and doesn't say things right. When you're sitting there in your silk upholstery, talking to some rich folks that you know. Well, I hope you won't see me in my ragged company. You know I could never be alone. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. No, you think you're the queen of the underground. You can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. When you're sitting back in my rose pink Cadillac, making bets on Kentucky Derby Day. Well, I'm in my basement room with a needle and a spoon. Another girl to take my blues away. Take me down, little Susie, take me down. No, you think you're the queen of the underground. You can send me dead flowers every morning. Send me dead flowers by the mail. Send me dead flowers to my wedding. And I won't forget to put roses on your grave. Just doing British pop tonight, I guess. It's a good theme. It's a good theme show. One night I'll do like Canadian alternative. And then Natty can have her Moist and her David Usher and her other things. I might be out of British pop though. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I think I might just be done altogether. Then you'll be out of genres you can play. I got British pop. I got Canadian alternative. I got... That's about it. I mean, Tragically Hip, I guess, is its own... Doesn't really fit into Canadian alternative. So I have 3. There's a lot of American 90s grunge bands. I could do... I can play Blur. This is true. I could probably... I think everybody with a finger can probably play that. Woohoo! It's just shit, though. I don't want to do that. That's garbage. Should probably do this. This guitar strap might be just about done. Trage is 100% Canadian alternative. I don't know that I would put the Tragically Hip into Canadian alternative. But when I picture Canadian alternative, I picture the alternative musical movement in the 90s. With bands like Moist and I Mother Earth and Our Lady Peace. And the Tragically Hip just did their own thing from 84 through the 90s into the 2010s. They just didn't really connect to that Canadian alternative movement. The Odds, all of those guys that were in the Canadian alternative movement, the Tragically Hip just kind of like went through them. They were just always there and not really part of anything else. So I would call them their own thing. Like, I don't think they probably were a huge influence on the Canadian alternative scene in the 90s, but they didn't really join it. Now I feel like I shouldn't play anything that isn't British pop tonight, because that would be almost wrong to do. Wrong to do. But sometimes you got to make some love. Oh, okay, hold on. Slip inside the eye of your mind. You know that my fire, that's wrong. That's too fast. There's too fast chord changes for that nonsense. Play any song you want, but make it sound British. Oh, I like that a lot. We'll do Tragically Hip song with a British accent. No, it's not the... Doesn't fit the... I don't know that I'm going to be able to, right now. I don't think I can do that. I want to play some Jacob Lewis or Lewis O'Malley, or no, that's Irish. It's a huge deal. Lisa sent me this guy. She's like, I think you might like this. I was like, damn, that's awesome. And I looked him up, and he's selling out stadiums all over the world and shit. I'm like, fuck Taylor Swift and all of her media attention. A lot of people know who this awesome guy is. I don't. It was awesome. It was great. He's very British, though. He's got the word Lewis in his name. I don't know that I have any more British pop. And so I have to stop, I think, because it would be wrong to do anything other than that in a show that I did that many of those. British. And also Mike really, really, really likes British whiny pop. He's always trying to get me to play more of it when we're jamming. So I'll try to learn some more for him. Because he literally, like, he's always saying, like, what else can we do that's more like British pop? And I'm like, I don't know any right now, my friend. I'll get on it. Like, I'd maybe play some other things more like British pop, but he really wants to be Ringo. If I wish I had my computer out here right now, because I would love to launch into a really bad version of Hey Jude. That would probably cap off my night really nicely. It's just absolutely butchering Hey Jude would actually make me feel really good right now. We're going on 4 hours again, my friends. I love every minute of being here on the internet with you. The fact that you keep coming back and hanging out with me here. I say it all the time, and I don't want to be sappy about it, but I can't overstate it. It really means a lot. And if you are one of the people that watches this after the fact and you weren't here live and you watched this and you're still here, you deserve some kind of medal. And you know what? Fire me an email, woodenthingsandstuff@gmail.com. I will send you, if you're watching this after the fact and you made it to 3 hours and 50 minutes in, I will send you free of charge. Shipping is even on me. A 2023 Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff calendar, hand signed and numbered, that you can do whatever you want with. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a pretty big deal. I was a calendar last year. Let's wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for coming once again. We will see you maybe on Tuesday night for a Tuesday Making Stuff show. How does it go? Tuesday Actually Making Stuff show. That's how it goes. Tuesday night Actually Making Stuff show. Maybe this week, maybe not. I do have some other things I need to get doing. But otherwise, we'll see you next Saturday night. Same time, same place, for the same nonsense reason. Just because we enjoy each other's company. And we want to make the world a better place. Just, even if it's just a little bit. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. I will see you the next time I see you. And I'll miss you until then.